So it's time to face a painful truth. LinkedIn reach is down by probably 50% across the board for everybody. Even people with like 50,000 followers that used to get a base reach of, I don't know, like 15K people, now see 2K people. I saw an example of somebody with 120K followers who lost 60% of his engagement basically overnight, right? For a while, everybody was screaming like shadow ban. I was hoping for a SummerSlam, but this week it was time to face the facts. And so I dug really, really deep on what's going on with the algorithm. Basically, LinkedIn's algorithm runs your post through 4 stages. Fail at one and your reach basically dies, right? It dies a slow, painful death. But yeah, let me show you what changed and what we can do about it. And yeah, look, my reach tanked too. It's not quite as bad. It went down like 15% here. We found like this one format that gets these little viral blips that you can see here in the blue graph. But yeah, across the board, you can say my base reach is at 60-70% of what it was. So I really went on a deep journey this week and studied all the, algorithm reports, blog posts, expert insights, countless LinkedIn posts on the topic. And yeah, 2025 changed the rules of the game. I have a feeling that LinkedIn completely redefined what engagement means and how they measure it. Engagement is not a numbers game anymore, it's a quality game now. The algorithm specifically values meaningful engagement. That means thoughtful comments from people in relevant fields. This is why joining a LinkedIn pod is not likely to cause a great boost in your distribution unless it's a very highly targeted pod of people who are genuinely interested in your content anyway. Meaning have a group of peers. Right. So yeah, we're moving definitely from a quantity game to a quality game. The algorithm can now tell the difference. It's checking the relevance, the connection strength, and the engagement velocity. And the kicker to this, pretty much all of this happens in the first 60 to 90 minutes of your post going live. I mean, a few of these things we've already discovered. For example, the drop freebie in the comment, and I'll send you the freebie, right, was a very well working hack last year. I had 2 or 3 super nice viral posts because of this. We tried it earlier this year when we launched the scheduler. It didn't work at all. It just didn't work at all anymore. But now I know why. Same with like these, I have these slideshow posts, right? And these went like mini viral and then they stopped. And then this one last week got like a good couple of thousand impressions again. And the reason was the quality engagement. Sabahudin and Jasmine commented right away after I posted this. And funny enough, they sat in the same space. Which was a really cool coincidence. Anyways, let me show you the 4 stages of the LinkedIn algo, what it looks out for, and what you need to do to kind of jump over those barriers with your post. All right, let's dive in. 4 stages. First, the spam filter. This is basically LinkedIn's LLM AI thingy doing it fully automatically. I'm pretty sure we had that for a good while and they just keep changing the parameters. So here is what you should not do based on the latest findings. Hashtags. If you really have to use 1, 2, maybe 3, but please do not use more than 3 and basically just omit them altogether. Like they're worthless. Bad formatting. A block of text, no hook, badly written content gets flagged. External links, I hear different things. The latest report from Richard said they don't matter anymore. You can use them. Others say I don't know, if you use more than 3, then it's good. If you only have 1, then it doesn't work. So that's a debatable topic. I think if you want to be safe, put the external link in your comment. Low value content doesn't fly. Salesy content, obvious promotion content doesn't fly. Cheap CTAs don't fly anymore. That's like the, like and comment to get the freebie stuff. And like AI spam, like these, hey GPT, write me a LinkedIn post, copy paste kind of stuff. That's not working. So what do you need to do to get through that barrier is clean formatting, formatted for readability, a good hook, a structure that lets people, skim it, read through it, is nice for the eye. Original expertise content, no direct promo, right? You can do promotional stuff, but wrap it in a story, wrap it in a how-to, wrap it in an experience, an expertise, a tip, something like that. And use strong CTAs. So ask a question that makes people comment. Ask people to share, ask people to save the post. All these signals are very, very strong now for LinkedIn. The good thing is that basically this is what Continent is built to do, right? It's built to make all of us copywriters and to get our expertise out there in great written form. And we do have the structures and we do have the training to, build this expertise content, because that is basically the new game. Be a niche expert and don't do burnout. I was bad at school and like these random posts that used to work in 2023 very well. Right? Stage 2, golden hour test. This is what, everybody has been preaching for a while, like stick around when your post goes live and engage with people. So what not to do is to ghost. Don't post and ghost. Comment or DM core people before posting. So if you want specific people to actually see your post, it's a good idea to interact with them on the platform before you post, which makes it much more likely for them to actually see your post in their feed. And then the good old reply to every comment in the first 30 to 60 minutes and try to continue the conversation in your comments, right? Ask follow-up questions, try to get them to comment again. That's good commenting form, I guess. Stage 3, and this is where I think LinkedIn really, turned the screw and changed the game, is the connection scoring. So the golden hour test, I think last year was still a numbers game. Get a lot of comments fast, get a lot of likes fast, and your post is very, very likely to go viral. This doesn't work anymore because now they weigh the quality of the interaction as well. And this means that your engagement pot most likely doesn't do anything for you anymore. If you're generally inactive on the platform, if you don't have a good SSI, that will basically affect your base scoring here. And if you have a low value spam following, right, this will also affect your base scoring. So what to do, how to beat that? This is something that you need to build over time. It's like to build your tribe. Be consistent with your posting, be consistent with your time, so people kind of know when your stuff goes live. Be consistent with your topic, with your expertise, and actually add and produce value, right? And then this game just takes time. There is no one shot. I make my post go viral thing anymore. Build that quality following and train it, condition it to kind of like interact with your posts. And you can have a pot, right? That's what everybody does. Just a small group of people in the same niche, in the same industry, in the same realm, kind of like supporting each other. This stuff still works. Random pots, random people commenting on your posts doesn't. And then stage 4, extended distribution. If you ever had a post go viral, this is where that happens, right? It's where you see it go through the first hour. It kind of like gathers the initial signals from your core audience and whatever. And then if it, hits all the barriers, it goes automatically in extended distribution, which means it gets shown to people outside of your network. And if that flies, it kind of goes on and goes on and goes on. You don't really have direct control over this. But, if you do all of the other stages right, then you make it more and more likely for this one to trigger. And this then can run for, like it used to run for up to 72 hours or something. I think at this point, this can run up to 1 or 2 weeks or something, where your post keeps like floating around and keeps popping up to the right audiences. Now look, I get it. Like you see your feed, you see your numbers, and you probably think like, why bother, right? Half the reach for twice the effort or something. But here's what basically everyone is missing. First of all, LinkedIn is still the most valuable platform for B2B business. There is just no alternative, really. And when you think about it, it might have actually gotten better. Hear me out on this. When everybody could go viral with like my 5 tips for success and comment hyper to get my shitty lead magnet, what was that really worth? Nothing. It just added a ton of noise to your feed. You get like 500 likes from random people, but they kind of like never buy from you. So you get a lot of attention, but you don't really generate business. Now, I think what LinkedIn is doing is they are trying to kill the noise, which actually is good news. It's forcing real expertise, it's forcing real value, it's forcing real engagement. And yeah, you might get, 2,000 views instead of 10,000. But those 2,000, they are your people. They are people that actually read your content, they're actually interested in what you're doing, and they're actually qualified. Impressions always were a vanity metric unless you want to be an influencer or you want to be a creator. And really, I think the creator gold rush is over, but the expert era has just begun. I mean, remember, only 1% of LinkedIn's billion users post weekly. That number hasn't changed. And now LinkedIn is starting to filter out the shitty and the noisy stuff from this 1% even more. So if you build your niche, if you build your target, you are actually competing with less people. LinkedIn isn't punishing you. LinkedIn is filtering for you to deliver your post to the people that need to see it. And yeah, the whole game is a marathon. But also, don't forget this. For most of us, we don't need to be creators or influencers, and we don't need to reach a lot of people. If you are in B2B sales, if you're a founder in founder-led sales, and you want to, you want to reach the right people, right? The B2B lead gen game on LinkedIn in its core hasn't changed at all. Reach out to people, speak to people, put out content that, shows your authority, your expertise, to nurture them and to start conversations with them. That hasn't changed at all. Let's do a little challenge, shall we? For next week, post 3 times and spend an extra few minutes on your posts when you write them to make sure that you provide value. Great way to do this with content is if you upload any expertise documents that you have, by the way. Then, after your post goes live, spend those 15 minutes, 30 minutes and interact with the people that react to it first. Try to get the conversation going. Don't use bots, don't do tricks. No, thanks for sharing, only real engagement. If you haven't done that before, I'll guarantee you that you will have more reach than in the weeks before. I mean, your expertise didn't change, but the game did. And if you actually know your stuff, you just got handed a massive competitive advantage. So let's just stop mourning the death of easy reach on LinkedIn and let's start celebrating the birth of real authority. It makes the game a little harder, but maybe it makes the platform great again. Have a good one.